Hey, Kawhi. Good to see you. Hope you had a good off season. I'm
Sure.
a bit of a two-parter here. You said you guys need to get smarter in this season after last. Did you feel like you guys did that? And if you could just detail to us the conversation with Serge. Serge told us you texted him just what's up during the off season as a recruitment text.
Yeah. I don't know what I told him, but I talk to Serge here and there, FaceTime all the time. Once free agency came, I sent him a text and I told him, made it clear as day. You coming here or not? You know what I mean? I ain't got time to be telling you, all the things LA have. He knows what I'm about and what I'm trying to do as far as playing for an organization. So, that was my text. Are you coming or not?
And then on the first part, the getting smarter. You guys did need to
Okay.
get smarter.
Yeah, just as far as basketball IQ, you know what I mean? Just knowing when to throw the ball on the post or get a three or just talking or it's a lot of basketball situations, knowing shot clock, game clock, what certain plays are running in a certain time, just everything pretty much.
Okay, we'll move over to Ross.
Hey, Kawhi, what's up? It's Roz. Great to see you.
Hey, what's up?
What's up? What's up? Obviously, there's a lot of discussion about team chemistry and that, there wasn't really enough when it mattered most. What adjustment will you take personally yourself, if any at all, to make team chemistry even stronger this season?
Just pretty much just it's the same thing. With us last year, it was kind of different. Team chemistry builds from day one. You know what I mean? Coming to camp, I was coming, had a procedure done. PG had a procedure done. Some of the other guys were in and out in the training camp, so we didn't play. Well, just me and PG didn't play probably any of the preseason games. I probably played one or two. I'm not sure, but we wasn't in training camp. And I think this year, just us being able to start training camp, able to practice and go full speed with the guys since day one. I think that would just build up to a better, chemistry. So guys are either falling in line in the middle of the season or first game. You know what I mean? We all are here together now.
Anything off the court that you feel like, hey, this is my job as the leader of this team?
I mean, obviously, you just got to make sure, same stuff we did last year, just try to, go to some team dinners, try to gather with one another, enjoy something together rather than basketball. But, with the COVID and everything going on, it'll be harder this year to do that. But, we could find out ways to play games or, just talk and conversate.
Okay, we're going to move over to Andrew.
Hey, Kawhi, welcome back. When Ty was hired, Ballmer said that one of the things he liked about him was that he has a track record of holding guys accountable. And when you look back at last year, kind of review, are there areas on that theme where you feel like you guys and yourself particularly, you guys could have done a better job fostering better accountability within the team? And have you guys as a team this year discussed about ways to do that better?
Yeah, I mean, Ty, it's a different start with Ty, but I just think last year, with what happened with, like I said, it was a lot for us. I mean, obviously, we should have won, we could have won. It's a lot of that in your mind, but I mean, just looking at it from my perspective, obviously we should all play better, coach better, did all that. But like I was saying, with everybody just being here, I just feel like last year we wasn't able to start the season. Then we came into a pause with the COVID. And then we get to the bubble, and then guys, have family issues. You know what I mean? So they're outside for a longer period of time, coming back in. We had 3 guys on our team with COVID, so it was another training camp starting in the bubble. We missing 3 players. You know what I mean? So I just think all that had a, playing into, accountability and chemistry. I think that all played a big role.
It's quite. We'll move over to On.
Hey, Kawhi, great seeing you again. Welcome back. This is the shortest offseason anybody's had to deal with. I was wondering how did you spend your offseason compared to other off seasons, and how you feeling physically and going into the season? How motivated are you? Like, how much does that Game 7 still kind of stick with you?
The Game 7 doesn't stick with me at all. You know what I mean? We had chances to win before that Game 7. So for me, it's just about like this year not skipping any steps. I'm definitely motivated. I want to win. The difference of this offseason is it's a quick turnaround. You know what I mean? So rather than other off seasons taking more time off, I'm doing stuff to maintain my body to stay ahead of the curve during that time. And physically, I feel good. I'm motivated. I'm ready to start. I want to get back after it. It does leave a bad taste in your mouth blowing a 3-1 lead, but I love it. These are things that build the player. These are things that I like. The challenge and the road of going to a championship is hard, and I love the process. I'm enjoying the process still, and we'll see. We'll see how strong we are, and see if we could build from things like this. It's what makes players.
Okay, we'll move over to Miriam.
Hey there, Kawhi. Welcome back. Just kind of wondering what your thoughts are on the offseason that the team had as far as the additions, Serge included, but the other guys too, and maybe losing JaMychal and Trez. All right, like, are you happy with those additions? Do you think they'll fill any holes you guys had, or what's your evaluation?
Definitely they're going to help. We brought in some good talent, some good vets with Serge, with Batum. And, we brought some guys back from last year that pretty much know what we want to do. You know what I mean? But Serge will be great for us. He's a good rim protector. He's been in the big moments before. He can shoot the ball. And Batum, just a good vet, very skilled, shoot, pass, dribble. Been in big moments, competed against him in the playoffs a few times. And, I think they could help.
Okay, we're going to move over to Charlie.
Hey, Kawhi. What's your relationship like with Ty? What did you learn about him working with him last year? And what do you think makes him the right fit for this team going forward?
Just for the right fit, I guess, with letting Doc go, Ty was here last year, so it's a familiar face, a familiar voice. My first time meeting him was actually at the start of the season last year, but what I learned from him or what he likes to do, obviously, the number one importance is that he wants to win. He's a competitor, and, he's very, he's detailed. He just wants to win, but it's hard to see what he's like right now with a head coach. Obviously, it's our second day. I'm only able to practice with 4 other players on my team, so I'll learn more from him down the road. But just from what I know now, and he's detailed, he's a competitor, and that's pretty much it. He's smart, obviously, a good basketball IQ. He's been there before, I'm looking forward to grow with him.
Okay, we're going to move over to Beth Harris.
Hey, Kawhi, the bubble in Florida was, pretty much a success. Now you don't have that. And when you look around what's going on at the NFL, college football and basketball, what's your level of confidence that the NBA is going to be able to pull this off? And, And also mentally, are you sort of preparing for maybe a lot of stops and starts as the season?
Mentally, no, I'm not preparing for that, but my mindset is just on each day. You know what I mean? Just trying to be better the next day. If there is a stoppage, you know what I mean? It'll be better. We'll take it better because we've been through it before already. What else would you ask me?
Oh, just what your level of confidence is that the NBA could, pull off a season under these conditions.
I mean, I think it will get done. I don't know what week the NFL is in right now. Obviously, we play more games and travel more, but I feel like if they're able to get to 12 week, 13 week, I have confidence in the NBA. Getting through this season, we're taking the right protocols. Like I said, I'm only able to practice with 4 other players right now. We're getting tested still every day. It's just on the onus of us, just making sure that, each player is being careful as we could be. Obviously, even if you do stay home and do the right procedures, you could get the virus. But yeah, I think if we're being smart, we're still taking the right protocols, we'll finish this season.
Okay, and then we're going to end on Cameron Buford.
Hey, Kawhi, welcome back, man. Happy New Year of sorts. I got a kind of a two-part question. I want to ask you about motivation. Ty mentioned the other day motivation should come from the players, not necessarily the coach. So I want your comment on that. And then leadership for this team moving forward. How do you plan on changing your leadership style, if at all?
The motivation definitely comes in within the player. A coach can't put a battery in your back and tell you to play hard or go win games. You have to have a mindset. You have to train your body, for this season or games to play well. You know what I mean? Or, at least play at the.
Hey, Paul. Good to see you again. Wondering, in your year with Ty, getting to know him, what did you learn about him, and what makes him kind of the perfect coach for the next few years of this Clippers team?
I mean, he's got a history of winning, and he's a great just person overall, great leader, and he's a great connector. And I believe and think the utmost of Ty. Just a heck of a guy, really great guy, and someone that I knew before coming into LA and being a Clipper. I knew him, before these days, so I had a pretty good connection with T-Lou.
Okay, we'll move over to Justin Russo.
Hey, Paul, good to see you. You've been one of the absolute best three-point shooters in the league over the last 5 years or so, especially when accounting for your high volume. You've shown a penchant for getting a shot out of pick and rolls, step backs, pin downs, handoffs, etc. So what about this new system under Coach Lou has you excited from a shooting aspect?
I think it's just added, shooting on the floor, more space, more playmaking. And, we're able to stretch the floor a lot better, especially with Serge at the 5. And we go to a smaller lineup. I think just our ability to play make now and just be dangerous in many different spots on the floor. It'll be hard to load up on a single individual. So like last year, I got a lot of great opportunities, a lot of great looks. This year, I think we'll have the same. Somebody stuck on mute.
Sorry about that. My computer got froze up real quick. Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, we're gonna move over to Nick Hamilton.
Hey, Paul, welcome back.
Appreciate it.
Wanted to know, now that you have a new coach in Ty Lue, how much do you feel like he'll be able to listen to you more and really play you in the positions and in areas where you know you can thrive better in this season?
It's just me, making sure I'm playing at a high level and, just focusing on myself individually, on being ready to perform. I've talked to T. Lou on, areas where I like it, ISO situations, catch and shoot situations. We went over a bunch of different scenarios. But ultimately, it's just, me coming into the season, being ready and being locked in and ready to perform at a high level.
Okay, we're going to move over to Andrew.
There we go. Thanks, Curtis. Hey, PG, welcome back. Also, congrats on the engagement.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
A couple days ago when we talked with Lawrence, he said that he views you as a long-term Clipper. Obviously, they're hopeful for a long-term partnership between you guys. How do you view your future at this point? Obviously, you have a couple options you can weigh with the extension or free agency. Just like, where are you at right now, kind of thinking about your future?
Usually, I'm in a position where kind of just want to think about all scenarios. But in this situation, I'm happy. I'm home. It's one of the teams I grew up loving and wanting to be a part of for a long time. I'm committed. I'm here. I want to be here. I want to retire a Clipper. I'll say that, and every year, this is where my heart is. And I'm happy. I'm happy regardless of whatever happens. I'm happy being here.
Thanks, Paul.
Okay, we're going to move over to Miriam.
Hey, PG, welcome back. And like Andrew said, congrats on the engagement.
Thank you.
Yeah, so just wondering what the communication has been like between you and Kawhi in the offseason. Have you guys chatted much and kind of what's your leader goals going into this?
I think first and foremost, we spent time working out. Spent a little time not too long ago working out, training together. But our ultimate goal is just making sure this is a winning environment, and making this about this year. That's the only thing that's important. Starting this year off right, making sure it's a winning attitude, a winning environment. Everything else will fall into place. If we put winning first above anything else and everything else, then everything will iron itself out. And I think that's kind of been, where we're at as a pair and as a duo, and it has to start with us. And from there, we can enforce that upon the team.
Okay, we're going to move over to Home.
Hey, PG, good seeing you. Congrats on your engagement, man. This has been the shortest offseason for everybody, and the bubble was just a major thing for everybody, including you. You went through a lot there. And with how Game 7 ended and everything, I was wondering, 2 months removed from that, when you look back on it, how all that stuff impact you? And going into the season, do you feel like your second season with the Clippers, this will be more yourself, and that do you have anything? Do you feel like you need to rebound from the way things ended? Has it stuck with you in any way?
Absolutely. And I'm my toughest critic at the end of the day. I know what's not good and what's not acceptable. Last year was an unacceptable year for me, and I know that. So I had an off season to train. I didn't have an off season last year going into a season. I got my off season back this year going into this season. So I feel really good, feeling in a great place. I've been working hard, just putting a lot of hours in and working on my body and being in the gym. So, same way I stepped into my season 2 in Oklahoma is the same way I'm approaching this year. And, I'm comfortable. I know the guys here. We got a great culture, great staff, great locker room. again, I'm comfortable. And that's when I'm at my best, when I'm comfortable.
Thanks, Paul.
Okay, we're going to move over to Taylor Rooks.
Hey, Paul. It's good to see you. I know that, you just mentioned that you were your toughest critic. So I guess when you look back on last year, what are, some of those criticisms that you had for yourself? And then how do you plan on correcting those this upcoming season?
Well, a lot of it was just inconsistency and inconsistency in my body. For a lot of people that don't know, shoulder injuries are one of the toughest injuries to come back from. And I wasn't myself. I wasn't able to do the things I was good at or things that I was comfortable with just because my shoulders weren't at peak performance. But I kind of hit that time frame of full recovery. And so I'm good. It's an afterthought. When it comes to the shoulders, I'm kind of, transcending into a different area in a different space, going into the games or going into working out in preparation. So, I was just tough on myself. I knew I wasn't good. I knew last year was a rough year for me. It was a down year for me. But the good thing about that, the beauty in that, I'm only 30. I still got time. I still got a lot of years in the tank. And I'm motivated. It gave me a big motivation coming into this season. And I'm ready. I'm prepared. I'm ready to dive right into this and give everything I have.
Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to move over to Dylan Hernandez.
Hey, Paul. Marcus Morris was on here yesterday, and he kind of echoed the statements that you made in that podcast about that Denver series and kind of the inability to adjust, which kind of seems to be pointing the finger a little bit at least a little bit at Rivers. And I just kind of wondering, where is kind of that line where, how much he was responsible for what happened in that series as opposed to how much the players were responsible for?
I mean, I think that's where everybody got it misconstrued. We all take responsibility into that. Fact of the matter is, me being one of the, top players on the team, I wasn't at a peak performance. I wasn't playing well enough. The fact that I gave up a 3-1 series being on that floor sits with me and haunts me. And not to go back and forth and I want to clear things up. I respect Doc. I think Doc is a hell of a motivator, hell of a coach. Doesn't mean I agree with everything that we did, but that does not belittle the fact that I respect him and I respected him in that position. You heard it from me. You heard it from Mook. We felt we were the better team. They played harder than us, and they ultimately got past us. I said what I said, but I do want to clear it up because the notion out there is that, I don't respect Doc and I'm putting the blame on Doc, which is not the case. I am to blame in that situation just as much as anybody else. So, let's clear that up and let's not get that out of hand and make that a story that's not a story.
Okay, we're going to move over to Tim Reynolds.
It's good to see you. As most everyone else said, to sort of follow up on the last few questions, you said you're only 30, and you're right. You've got a lot of years still in front of you. But I'm curious how you don't feel the pressure of time, because, you've also, in your Indiana runs, you were close to it. The team last year, you were expected to be, right there in the mix for a title, as well. I'm just like, how do you not feel like you've let some really good chances slip away and wonder, how many more you'll have? I guess where is that balance between knowing you have some years left versus you've had some really good teams already?
Well, knock on wood and thank the man above. I had some injuries that could have been career ending. But yeah, here I am. I'm still standing. I still feel amazing. And I think, my game really transcend and I feel still like I can get better. I still feel like I'm getting better. I'm learning, I'm figuring out, I'm, improving, I'm still evolving and adjusting to this league. So at 30, I don't feel pressure that my window's closing. I still feel I could play this game for a long time. And that's not really pressure. I know what I put into this game. I know what I put into a season. That's the ultimate goal, is to win and be a champion. If I don't, so be it. But I know I'm gonna give myself a chance, and I'm gonna work as hard as I can to get there. If I don't end up being a champion, it wasn't cut out in my cards, and that's nothing that I can do about. But I know what I can do is give everything I have, work hard, and see what's in the future for me from there.
Thank you, man. Good luck this season.
We're gonna move over to Farbot.
Congratulations, Paul. Just want to know, what are you most excited for going into this season, and what are you excited about with your new teammates?
Excited to hoop. I'm excited to get back on the floor, start the season back off, get back to playing ball.